hard to follow.
Okay, you can't on the video part. I'm gonna need a tripod.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna try to hold this together here.
Get his phone out.
First off, how about those Cyclones today? Huh?
Yeah.
Woo! All right. First things first. All righty. My name's Dustin Fouch. We gotta hurry here. My phone's got about 6% battery life. Anyway, Tom's roommate from college, friend and spokesman for the group of all of us. We're in tuxedos tonight. First off, I'd like to thank everyone here tonight for coming out. I'd like to thank Tom and Jess, Jerry, Gail, and Vonna for putting on such a beautiful day. I would also like to thank the other 7 groomsmen and ushers, which are the rest of this 8-man best man crew, which I said is I'm just the spokesman for this magical moment in history. Before I start this speech, I would just like everyone here to know what we were dealing with. The man beside me here with the flowing blonde hair, the man we are all here for today, the man who got married today, this man is a wild man. A wild Mustang, they say. A wild jungle panther, an untamed lion. A runaway circus tiger. A fugitive on the run. A badass without a cause. This man has been captured. Finally, he's been captured by love. A lot of people lost a lot of money on a bet no one thought would happen. Tom Peckumn got married. You see, the story goes back. For me, it goes all the way back to when I met the legendary legend they called Tom. Back in the summer of '02, behind the horse barns, the Greene County Fairgrounds. You see, at that time, I was just an innocent young boy. And before the night was over, I turned into a man. They called him Tom. He drove a tan diesel van with a quick wit and a smooth sense of humor no one could match. From that night on, I was hooked on this guy. Bromance, I think they call it. The guy was nuts. Oh, my battery's almost... There was just something about him. He had a long blonde mullet, an outlaw sense of mind. He didn't care what anyone thought about him. All he cared about was he had fuel in the tank and friends in the back to go along. A comedy genius, a genuine man's man. A man who never cared to ever date a woman, nor had time to fall in love. He didn't have time for that. He was too busy shooting guns and arm wrestling bears. You see, Tom Peckumn was the guy who had the place where all the guys went when their wives weren't around. A bachelor pad, if there ever was one, and a place so secluded, so manly, that you had to drive down a long, windy road in the middle of nowhere to find it. And you know when you got there, because there was a fleet of pickups jammed in front of a single wide trailer house. This guy's place is so manly. He had a truck for every day of the week. Which makes the rest of this story so great. You see, the guy's guy, the man's man, old Tom, was about to fall in love himself. And that is just what happened. In the summer of 2011, the old badass himself, the man's man who hosted the manliest events, was about to go on a canoe ride of love. Didn't even know it. That's right. The world famous canoe ride down the Raccoon River. Tom met Jess. It's a love story of sorts, the kind you see in movies. You see, what made that day so special, what makes Tom and Jess so special, is that neither of them were looking for love on that hot July day in the river. All Tom wanted to do was get in a canoe full of Coors Light with Brandon and float down the river. But there was only one canoe left. And it had a good-looking brunette in it from Des Moines. And thanks to Megan Orch for bringing her, and thanks for Brandon to say, "Get out of my canoe." The wild bachelor got in, not knowing that love was waiting for him. I'm sure it was awkward at first. The first 10 or 20 minutes with Tom usually is. But after the beer got flowing, Jess found out what the rest of us already knew. After a few beers, Tom loosens up. The wild Mustang comes out. She was soon hooked on his quick wit, his great sense of humor, and his devilish good looks. From that point on, it was over. The two hit it off. From that day on, they've been inseparable. Jess? I knew since the first day that I met you that you were the one for Tom. Not just any girl can tame a wild Mustang. But you were up to the challenge. And for that, I have to say thank you. If it wasn't for you, every guy up here's liver would have exploded by now. You tamed the dragon and settled him into a domesticated house cat that saved the world. I love you both, and I wish you nothing but happiness and love. For the both of you, this has been such a great ride watching you, and it's only going to get better from here. And thank you for letting me be a part of it. I love you guys very much. Thank you.
I didn't prepare anything. But I really appreciate everybody coming out, taking time out of their day to come celebrate with us. And I'm finally glad to marry my best friend, my new best friend.
My new best friend.
Well, for like 2 years. But it's just great that you all come out, and we're looking to have a good time tonight. And I hope the meal was okay. And I don't have a lot to say other than I never thought also, along with his lines, I would get married. There's other people at this table I thought would be married before me. And it worked, but that's fine. And I am married. To the most beautiful woman in the world. I can't believe somebody is so funny and also puts up with me. And also agrees with my lifestyle, and where I live, and how I dress. And even though she wears the pants, I still pretty much do what I want. Sometimes. If she's not home. Or if she's like in Omaha or something. I can do whatever I want. Anytime. So, once again, thanks everybody for coming out, and let's have a little bit more dance and party.
All right, let's hear it for Tom and Jessica again. Make some noise. What about that toast from Dustin, huh?